I turned up at this house literally in the middle of nowhere and looked inside this polytunnel, and this boat was there, Norima 2, my father's boat. And it was a very emotional day to have found her after all the years she'd just been gone.
So now it's restoration time.
Yes.
What are the big jobs? I mean, are there any big jobs?
I'm learning a lot about restoration, I must admit. I'm not a shipbuilder or a house builder, so it was a little bit difficult for me to know where to start. But luckily we had this yard, Hayden Yacht Company, and a gentleman working on it, Steve, and it just went to town. I said, we need it right, we need to make sure everything is good. You know, right back to the keel bolts. So everything has been stripped out of here now. Right from the forward, all the way back. We're back to the engine bay now. And we are checking all the strapping, checking all the bolts. Any strapping which is deteriorated will be replaced. Any bolts which look suspect. So we won't replace everything because it might do more damage than good. But what we can restore and reuse, we will do. And if it needs replacing because it's not up to standard, we'll replace it. There's been no nasty surprises. Incredibly, it's incredibly sound. It's so much down to the quality of the build. I mean, you can see the amount of in the framework. The frames are very close together. Then everywhere there's a joint, there's a bronze plate to lap that joint together. You won't find that anywhere else. It's in a league of its own, this boat, very much so. Ron Amy obviously had a lot of money and asked for the best possible boat which was able to be built that day to be built for him. And that's what he got. You know, and nearly 60 years later, she's still as good as she ever was. And 25 years in a hole in the field, yes, with a polytunnel over the top of her.
What do you think?
Considering how long she's been out the water for, she's not too bad. I mean, you've got some crack in here, but very minor considering, as I say, 25 years out of the water. It just blows your mind.
It's incredible, really, isn't it?
Sure, this will all swell up. Once we've cleaned all this out and recorked it, it should be absolutely beautiful. You won't see lines like this on any other boat of this, you know, the size she is, the shape, it's just stunning to look at, even in this condition.
You've done some pretty big building, construction sort of projects in your time. Is this one a bit more special?
I care a lot more for this, certainly. I have to, when I started this project, I took it very much as doing it as if it's a construction job. So as a project manager, I'm looking to manage this project in the same way. I have to know every element and every cost as we go through it. Otherwise, just run away with you. You've got to be very aware of what you're doing and not lose track of it. That's really important.
She's pretty impressive, isn't she?
Stunning, bro. Absolutely amazing.
We're actually refurbishing this boat for the owner on behalf of the yard. At the moment we're currently stripping it out, cleaning out all the rubbish and taking all the furniture out so that it can be put back together as it was 59 years ago.
And what sort of condition is she in?
Well, we believe that the previous owner put it there for safekeeping and had a polytunnel over the top, so it's protected the boat really, really well. Most of the work we're doing currently is to refurbish the inside, and then the shipwrights come along and put it all back together, and a few little jobs on the hull, but nothing of any major structure. A few fixings and plugs and a couple of graving pieces, and that's about it really. Change the keel bolts and all the hull fixings, and she'll be good to go. Obviously it sounds easy if you say it quick.
And how long is it going to take?
It's at least a year, I think.
So Pete, what sort of condition is she in?
Surprisingly good, really surprisingly good. It's a major scrape, and the metal frames lower down in the boat certainly need treating, and one needs replacing, which for a boat of this age and its condition is extremely rare.
Right, okay, let's go and have a look downstairs, or down below.
Down below.
Well,
Okay.
it's down the ladder, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, brilliant.
Walk this way. Can you just unplug it? Oh no, it's probably long enough, don't worry. It's a long. Probably the lighting man today.
Oh, great. Right, what's it like up there, Steve?
Snug.
Snug.
Snug, and lots of things to bang your head on. The Samson post, as I said earlier, has got to come out, which then will let us get up into the full completely to check everything's okay. It seems to look in pretty good order, but you can't really get up there properly to tell. So once we've done that, we've also got to take the bow strap off on the outside. So we'll need to get to the fixing nuts up in the top of the stem. Well, there's an unusual feature in the hull itself. Is everywhere that there's a join in the planking, instead of it being across a rib or a frame, it's got a bronze plate on it which is bolted through to stop the ends from springing. And also there are bronze straps running up the hull at an angle, further strengthening the boat. I mean, it's quite a strong build, especially considering how close together the framework is.
And considering she's been sat in the field for 20 odd years.
It's amazingly tight. There's a little bit of daylight through some of the top planks, but very little. And I think the rest of the boat will take up really quickly, although there's one or two issues to sort out outside, but mainly where there's about 6 or 8 of the fixings that have rusted through where the water's got underneath the plugs, and then the top of the iron's rusted and pushed the plug off. So they're going to be changed and new plugs put in. So that's the only major issues really.